So I decided to make a YouTube channel, and I decided to tell stories on my YouTube channel. I have some FIFA 16 pack opening in the background. That is one game that I play, but I'll have different types of gameplays when I do my commentaries, like CSGO and stuff like that. So today I decided to tell you guys the story of when I mistakenly tried to throw a party at my house while my parents were away. I was 16, I was stupid, and for some reason I thought it was a good idea while my parents were away with my brother at his baseball tournament to have a quote-unquote party. Now there was like 4 or 5 of us there, so it really wasn't much of a party. We just thought we were so badass because we had some alcohol, not even 3 bottles, like 2 bottles of alcohol, and we were gonna drink it and we were gonna get so drunk and we were gonna play beer pong and all this stuff. Well, it was a bad idea, and I'll tell you why. My mom had asked my grandma if she could check on my dogs every now and then when they were gone. Now, I was supposed to be at a friend's house. My mom and dad did not trust me to stay home by myself, which they were pretty spot on about. They shouldn't have trusted me because I did this and it did not turn out good for me. I had been taking driver's ed at the time, so I had to go to my class and then come home, and then the quote-unquote party was gonna start. So I had 2 of my friends stay at my house while I was at driver's ed to set up the party and everything that was gonna go on there. In hindsight, it was pretty much my whole downfall, but I'll tell you what happened. So we had all the liquor out on the table, just sitting there, ready for our amazing party, and my grandma comes in, and my 2 friends are sitting on the couch watching TV, and she's like, "Who are you guys? Why are you here?" And she looks at the liquor, and she goes, "Why is there liquor here?" And my friends just looked at her, and they did not know what to say. I'm sitting in driver's ed, and they're sitting at my house getting questioned by my grandma about why there's liquor on the table. At this point, they had texted me and told me what had happened, and I didn't believe them. I thought they were playing a joke on me, but they weren't. My neighbors even came over, and they were pissed. My mom and dad had contacted them and told them to get my friends out of the house. So they had left, and the only friend at the time that had his license drove to get them and brought them to my driver's ed, because by the time they got back, my driver's ed was over, and we were all scared out of our wits. We didn't know what was gonna happen. My parents had found out, my grandparents had found out, everything was open, and we thought, we're already in trouble, why don't we just go through with the party? We can't just not go through with something that we're already in trouble for. So what our plan was is that to go back at like 11 o'clock, because my grandma would not be there. No way she'd be there that late. She would never check on the dogs that late. So we were gonna go back at like 11 o'clock and actually have the party. Well, it was even worse of an idea. My parents had all the neighbors watching to make sure nobody went in our house. It was crazy. But we parked on the neighborhood behind my house, and we walked into my backyard, in through my back door, and we were just sitting there, and we played beer pong in the kitchen. It was all good. We drank a bit. Wasn't that much. Like I said, we were young. We were stupid. We thought that it was a lot, but it really wasn't. And then another kid had busted out a nug of weed and asked anybody if they wanted to smoke. That's when I thought, wow, I am in a huge shitstorm of trouble. They went on the back porch and they smoked. They came back inside. It was all good. But then we hear a car pull up in the driveway, and we're like, oh my god, there's no way this is happening. So we all sprint up to my room upstairs, and we hide in the closet, and we're thinking, this is stupid. My grandma's gonna come in here. She's gonna find us. We need to run. So we got out of the closet, we sprinted downstairs, and we sprinted out the back door. We went so fast that some of my friends forgot their shoes, forgot their phones, everything like that. And my grandma had walked in, and she was pissed. Like, she walked in and we were gone already. We had run to the cars and we drove out of there. Now, we had just drank a little bit of alcohol. We weren't drunk. We were perfectly sober, but we had just drank alcohol, and we crammed into my friend's car, and he drove. And we drove a good 3-4 miles to the nearest Meijer. Now, I might be wrong, but I don't think it's good to drive while have just consumed alcohol. Nonetheless, we got to Meijer. We sat there for a little bit. We gathered our minds, and we decided we just need to all go home. We all need to go home. I went back to my friend's house with him, and I just laid low. We went in for the night. It was over, and we went to bed and everything like that, unscathed, not in trouble. I woke up the next morning and I went home. My parents had gotten home earlier that day, and I heard it. My parents were pissed, as so they should have been. I had to return a friend's shoes. I had to return a friend's phone. I had a whole bunch of stuff that my friends left behind. My grandma had to clean the kitchen because there was stuff all over the place, bottles, pop cans, everything. So that wasn't good, and that was the last time I ever tried to throw a party because it didn't end well. So yeah, I guess this story was just a little story that would seem pretty cool to put out there as my first video. I have a ton more stories to come, ton more commentaries. Let me know what I should do better. Like, subscribe, comment, do all that good stuff, and just give me feedback. I don't recommend anyone go out and do this. It was awful. I got in trouble. My parents gave me so many punishments, it wasn't even funny. I don't remember what they were now, but they were not fun. So if you guys are out there wondering if you should throw a party, don't do it. It's not worth the risk, especially if you're young and you think you're cool just because you're doing it. Don't do it. It's a bad idea. Definitely leave down in the comments what I should do my next commentary on. I know I won't get too many viewers, but if you have any ideas, put it down in the comments and I will be sure to make a commentary on them. I'm really pumped to start this YouTube channel. Definitely wait till college to start throwing parties, guys. But that's my advice for this video. I hope you learned something. I hope you were entertained. My story of my first time I tried to throw a party. So that's it. Peace, guys.